You've been defending yourself against the very thing that could heal you. And your defenses are so sophisticated, you don't even know they're running. Think about it. Right now, as you're listening to this, part of your mind is already scanning for threats. Maybe you're half thinking about that conversation you need to have tomorrow, or that project deadline, or whether someone might judge you for watching this video. We're constantly on guard, constantly protecting. But here's what no one tells you. We've been defending against peace and healing by focusing on protecting our bodies and external circumstances, when the real work happens at the inner level of the mind. We resist the very solutions that could actually help us. And there's a part of us that can see past these elaborate defenses to what we really need. Sarah works late again, checking her email one more time before bed. She notices her shoulders are rigid, her jaw clenched, the familiar armor she wears against the day's demands. She's spent years perfecting ways to protect herself, the right responses, the perfect boundaries, the careful management of how others see her. It's like living in a house where you've boarded up all the windows to protect yourself from burglars. You sit in darkness, vigilant, exhausted from watching for threats. Meanwhile, the sunlight you desperately want is right outside, waiting to pour in the moment you remove the boards. Let's be honest about how much energy this takes. Sarah's not unique, we all do this. We maintain dozens of defenses simultaneously. The careful way we word emails, the mental rehearsals before difficult conversations, the constant monitoring of how we're perceived, the endless strategies to avoid disappointment. And it's exhausting. By noon, you're already depleted, not from actual work, but from the invisible labor of maintaining all these protections. You tell yourself it's necessary, that this is how you stay safe in a demanding world. But lying in bed at night, like Sarah, you realize something devastating. All this protection hasn't brought you peace. It's just made you more aware of what you think you need to defend against. The defenses become more sophisticated over time. You get better at anticipating problems, smoother at deflecting criticism, more skilled at managing outcomes. But notice what happens: the better your defenses get, the more threats you notice. It's like upgrading your home security system only to become more paranoid about break-ins. Your body knows this truth before your mind does. That tension in your shoulders, that knot in your stomach, that fatigue that sleep doesn't fix, these aren't from the actual challenges you face. They're from the constant effort of defense. Here's where everything shifts. What if you've been defending the wrong thing entirely? We think we're protecting ourselves, our bodies, our reputation, our comfort. We build elaborate structures around these things, beautiful fortresses of behavior and belief. But it's like building an expensive security system for your garage while leaving your actual house wide open. Sarah realizes this one morning. She's preparing for another day of meetings, already armoring up, when she catches herself in the mirror. For just a moment, she sees past her own defenses. She sees someone who's been so focused on protecting the external that she's lost touch with what's actually alive inside her. The real altar, the thing that actually matters, isn't the structure you've built. It's what lives at the center, beneath all the protection. And here's the profound realization: that inner light, that core of who you are, was never actually vulnerable. It never needed your protection. Think about those boards on the windows again. You put him up thinking the light outside was dangerous, that it might expose you or hurt you. But the light was never the threat. The darkness you created by boarding up the windows, that became your prison. There's a moment when you stop defending, just for an instant, and feel what was always there. For Sarah, it happens unexpectedly. She's in another late meeting, feeling the familiar tension build, when her colleague makes a mistake that would normally trigger her protective responses. But she's too tired to engage the usual defenses. She just doesn't. And in that gap, that moment of non-defense, something else emerges. Not vulnerability or danger, but a strange kind of strength. A clarity that views the situation without the filter of protection. Her colleague is struggling, not attacking. The mistake is just a mistake, not a threat. This is what your defenses have been hiding from you, not danger, but clarity. Not weakness, but a different kind of strength that doesn't need armor. When you stop defending against your own healing, you discover that the peace you've been seeking was never actually threatened. It was there all along, patient as sunlight, waiting behind the boards you nailed up in fear. The relief of not maintaining defenses is almost overwhelming at first. Sarah finds herself with energy she didn't know she had. Not the brittle, caffeinated energy of vigilance, but something quieter and more sustainable. She still goes to meetings, still responds to emails, still navigates challenging relationships. But something fundamental has changed. She's not defending anymore. She's just present. The situations that used to require elaborate protection strategies now seem simpler. Not because they've changed, but because she's not viewing them through the lens of defense. That inner altar, the light at your center, doesn't need beautiful structures built around it. It doesn't need your protection or your vigilance. It just needs you to stop boarding up the windows, to let the light find the light. This isn't about becoming passive or vulnerable in an unsafe world. It's about recognizing that your truest safety was never in the defenses you built. Those walls you constructed so carefully. They weren't keeping danger out, they were keeping peace in. The exhaustion you feel isn't from life's actual challenges. It's from the constant effort of maintaining defenses against your own healing. And the moment you stop, even for an instant, you feel what was always there. The peace that doesn't need protection. The strength that doesn't require armor. The light that was never in danger. What would happen if you stopped defending? Just for today. Not forever. Not completely. Just less. What might you discover was there all along, waiting patiently behind the walls, as close as your next breath? If this felt grounding, you're welcome to like the video and subscribe. No rush. Just a gentle way to stay connected as we continue. Let yourself arrive here. Just as you are, with whatever defenses you're carrying right now. Find a position where your body can rest. Let your shoulders know they don't have to hold anything up in this moment. Breathe naturally. No special way. Just let breath move through you. Notice where you're holding tension. Not to fix it. Just to acknowledge it. Your body has been working so hard to protect you. Gently scan from your head down. Feel the familiar places where armor lives. Your jaw, your neck, your shoulders, your chest. You don't have to release anything, just notice. Let your body know you see how hard it's been working. Now imagine, just for these few minutes, that there's nothing to defend against, nothing to protect, nothing to manage or control. Feel what wants to soften when defense isn't needed. It's like those boards on the windows. You don't have to tear them all down. Just loosen one nail, let a small crack of light through. Notice the light that's always been there, patient, warm, waiting. This light at your center, it was never in danger, never needed protection. Rest here. In this recognition, this safety that doesn't require armor, let yourself be held by something larger than your defenses. When you're ready, take a deeper breath. Feel your body here, still safe, still whole. You can return to activity whenever you choose, but notice, the light remains. The peace stays. Even as you move through your day, defenselessness isn't vulnerability. It's recognition of what was never threatened. Rest here as long as you need. Thank you for spending this time in practice. A free digital ACIM resource is linked in the description if you'd like it. And if you wish, you're welcome to comment. I am grateful. Thank you for being here, for letting yourself explore what lies beyond the armor. As you move through your day, be gentle with yourself. Those defenses took years to build, they can soften gradually. The light you touched in meditation, it's still there, patient as always, waiting behind whatever walls remain.